Welcome back to the tavern, guys. It's me, Dark Saiyan, and initially I had a different intro for this, but I have been so swamped by work that I haven't been able to edit or upload or do anything YouTube related. And Muji has gone on to upload a bunch of different videos that are supposed to be tied into this one, but I'm here today. I'm hopefully going to be able to finish editing this soon and just upload so you guys can enjoy. But anyway, this is my last reaction to X-Men 97. I really love this show, and just here's the reaction, guys. Alright, so today's episode starts off with young versions of Professor X and Magneto, and they seem to be getting along. They seem to be chilling. I'm watching thinking that, okay, this is a flashback because something major has happened. But no, it turns out it's some psychic manipulation by Professor X, of which Magneto isn't too thrilled about. And then Professor X is basically telling him, okay, yo, Magnus, what you're doing isn't cool. Seriously, turn on the power back on humanity so that people don't have to die. And then Magneto goes, nah, evolution thrives in darkness. And I'm like, that's a fair point. It's through tough times that people do evolve. But still, how many eggs are going to die before that happens? But anyway, he forces Charles Xavier's hands and he hijacks Magneto's mind. And Magneto realizes, oh shit, this is actually serious. Okay, wait, time out. It hurts, Charles, please. But nah. Professor X hijacks his mind and then he restores power, which plays into Bastion's hand. And even Bastion says that Professor X's dreams are as crippled as its dreamer, and it's doomed to die. Honestly, Bastion is such an asshole. He just loves to hear himself talk, yammer, and monologue. Like, bro, we get it. You went to school. You know how to use a thesaurus. Please shut the fuck up and move on. But anyway, Bastion is kind of tricked out, and he says he's happy that Professor X wasn't able to convince his mother back in the day when he paid her a visit, because he didn't want to be among the freaks that are clamoring for acceptance. Nah, dude loves being a hater. Bro. Honestly, he even says that, me being a hater is a sign that fate got my back. I'm like, bro even tells Storm that he didn't ask to be a hater, that he was just born this way, and the urge to be a hater is what keeps him going. And Storm says yo, most people don't choose to be born. So doesn't that show that they should all be left to be? And then Bastion's like, did this bitch just try to appeal to my humanity? And then he tells her yo, look at me. Do I look like I'm human? Do I look like your words would get to me? Anyway, Bastion acknowledges that humanity is too good. They are way too good, and that they won't go far. So that is why he must protect humanity from itself, which is what leads him to send Prime Sentinels all over the world. Before I continue, I just want to say that there is a bunch of cameos in this episode. I ain't even going to get into it. Muji is doing a video working on the cameos, the Easter eggs, and stuff that I likely missed, because when I watch stuff, I watch like a fan, not an analyst. So, anyway, moving on, Bastion sends Prime Sentinels to take over the world and shit like that. But then again, he goes on yammering and talking about how great he is and how great he's planning. And then he tries to troll Cable, asking him, yo, how many times did you fail to save your two moms? And then Cable tells him 200. But then he asks him, how's your mom doing? And look at him, he's smiling and shit. And Bastion really ain't feeling that. So Bastion's like, nah, I'm going to take out this dude. And then as he's about to kill Cable because of Cable's remarks, or rather because Cable is the only one who can go back in time and pose a threat to his plans, Jean, by the way, Jean has just been an MVP, honestly speaking. She transforms into the Phoenix and then she cooks them all. She's the one who she transforms into the Phoenix. She holds up Bastion. She organizes that collar and wears it on his head like the fake-ass king he is. And then she severs his connections to all the Prime Sentinels around the world. Jean is awesome. Jean even goes further to cook BBL Drizzy of the X-Men 97 series. Yes, the bitch-ass Sinister with his fake-ass fades and his stupid-ass lip gloss. She cooks him And then she strips him of his ability while she's giving him a lecture. And the Sinister is begging, like, no, please, if you want to take my powers, take it. I don't want to hear you talk. But she's like, nah, bitch, this is my moment. So she takes away his BBL, she takes away his Botox, and then she leaves him to look like this. And then, honestly speaking, more people trolls him and said, man, you look just the same. And then he scurries away one morning. No. Anyway, Bastion returns like the hater he is, and then he just goes after Cable. He rips off Cable's arm, and then he uses that arm to whoop Cable's ass. I'm like, bro, you could have just ripped the arm off and taken it away, but nah. He needed to make an example of Cable, and then he uses that arm to upgrade himself, and then he heads towards the asteroid so that he can hurl it to Earth. That's basically his plan. And then we go back to Days of Our Lives, starring Professor X and Magneto. I won't get into it, but it looks like a rom-com, like as if Professor X wronged Magneto and he's trying to get him back, to where their relationship once was. But anyway, while Bastion appears on the asteroid, Rogue just appears out of nowhere. And then the first thing we just hear is his name was Gambit. And then Rogue puts hands on Bastion. Like, she whoops his ass. She takes him to the blue area of the moon and taxes that Sentinel booty some more. And then Bastion pulls a reversal because he's a punk-ass bitch that just doesn't want to go down. And then Roberto also embraces his name, Sunspot, and then tags in on whipping Bastion's ass. And then the UN decides to launch the Magneto Protocol on the asteroid, basically bombing it. But if any of them had a brain, I don't even know why they didn't listen to Steve Rogers, but if any of them had a brain, like Steve Rogers and Tony Stark are there, they're supposed to be the ones to tell them, like, yo, this really is a bad idea, and they're supposed to listen, but no, nobody listens. They are thinking of firing basically nuke missiles to a giant asteroid hovering around Earth. That does not sound like a good idea. But anyway, we get more Days of Our Lives starring Professor X and Magneto, and it's basically more relationship drama, but I won't get into it. We go back for more Bastion ass taxing as Nightcrawler, Jubilee, and Cyclops tagging in whipping that ass. Honestly speaking, like, it was some crazy shit. And then Cyclops is an OG, honestly, like, he ain't scared of this overrated Discord mod. He's like, fuck you, don't even hurt my family anymore. And like, even Jubilee cooks his ass. Like, come on, man, this has to be on, best jumping, because he gets jumped from every corner. And then the X-Men reunite, and then they whip Bastion's ass. Like, they come in with a Sentinel, and he says, oh, witness my family. And then the Sentinel just goes like, just stomps his ass. But honestly, truly, Bastion is a relentless hater. He does hate these mutants. Like, look at his face. And then this is the part that makes no sense to me here. Scott tries to recruit Bastion. I'm like, this is clearly stupid. This dude massacred you people. Even Bastion said it, like, yo, I massacred you. I massacred your kind. And then you're thinking of recruiting me? Like, that is suicidal. That makes no sense. When you see someone that hates you that much, I think you have to treat them as an enemy, since that is the only thing they'll ever be to you. And to even further prove this, like, when the missiles hit the asteroid bar, like, Scott tells Bastion, yo, take my hand. And what does Bastion do? What does this crazy punk-ass looking, half-beaten, half-human, machine-speaking Discord mod do? What does this fake-ass Elon Musk do? He jumps into the explosion. But he'd rather die than be saved by mutants. I applaud the hatred, honestly, Bastion. You are something special. But anyway, Scott, Jane, and Cable, this moment was actually quite touching. Like, I appreciate it. I actually felt the love between the three of them. I actually do, like, it was beautiful, and it was one of the more touching moments in the episode. Like, it was very, very much appreciated. And then in typical fashion, the X-Men tried to clean up humanity's mess. Honestly, Magneto was right at this point. Like, man, fuck them, honestly speaking. Like, look at, like, the asteroid falling to Earth is literally your fault. And you're still saying it's the mutant doomsday. Like, Bastion is literally a creation of a creation of a creation that you guys created. So, what the fuck? Anyway, as it looks like they are not going to survive, or the chances of survival is really low, Morph is a real bro, honestly speaking. Like, he knows that they're all likely going to die. What does he do? He transforms into Jean and tells Logan, I love you. Man, Logan was your bitch ass, man. Like, man, fuck out of here with that nonsense. Fuck out of here. But anyway, back to Days of Our Lives with Professor X and Magneto. They finally both realize that they've been silly, and then they kiss and make up. And then Magneto wake up. Magneto lives. And then he saves the world from the falling asteroid, and then they disappear. Now, I really am curious to know who actually made the X-Men disappear. If you guys know, please leave it in the comment sections. T for thanks. And, they've basically been split into two groups. Kurt, Rogue, the Professor, Beast, and Magneto are all in the past with a young Apocalypse, while Scott and Jean are in the future with a young Cable. But anyway, at the end of the episode, Apocalypse appears on Genosha and holds Gambit's card, meaning that Gambit will be resurrected as one of the Horsemen. Basically, Death. Gambit will be resurrected as Death, but yeah, he's part of the Horsemen. So anyway, this episode was awesome. It had everything. It had fights. I still say, Jean is the main MVP, but at the end of the day, Magneto kind of comes through and saves it. And everyone was useful. Like, this is the best show I've watched so far this year. Like, I rarely ever watch things week in, week out, but this was so good that I had to just put in that work and download one at a time. I don't really like the anxiety. That's why I don't do it, but I really had fun doing this, honestly speaking. And if you guys made it to the end, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for the support. I know I never said thank you for 1,000, but thank you guys for 1,000. We really appreciate it. Muji and I'm sure he put it in one of his older videos, and we really appreciate it. We'll keep working hard to bring out more quality content. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.